Let's go to the MCU. Let's talk Professor X and whether or not James McAvoy is open to returning as Professor X in the MCU. Here's what he said in a recent interview with Collider. It's not to say that you don't ever want to. You never want to come back and you never want to do it again and all that kind of stuff. You never say never, as I believe James Bond once said. But I'm not chomping at the bit. I'm not going to be gutted and desperately sad if it never happens again. Wow. Well, I have two thoughts about Professor Xavier and Magneto, for that matter. If Marvel, the safe choice is to bring back McAvoy and Fassbender, right? I mean, they're still relatively young compared to McKellen and Stewart, and they could play the characters for another 15 years. They're perfect castings, honestly. Like, the when I remember back when before First Class came out and it was announced that there would be a new Professor X and Magneto. It was like, but those, McKellen and Stewart, they're so perfect. The safe choice would be to bring those two back. Despite how you feel about, Apocalypse and Dark Phoenix, they weren't the issue. They were consistently great. But my other thought is this idea of changing the race and giving us a black Magneto and a black Professor Xavier. Now, but before some of you, overreacting like, what the hell? Professor Xavier and Magneto were inspired by Martin Luther King and Malcolm X. Okay, so in my opinion, if you were to go that route, Marvel, you would need to cast two names that are so effing good that those who, because some people are going to overreact, they would say, "Oh, okay." Um, how ironic is it with if you got a Denzel? That would be a hell of a coincidence, seeing that he played Malcolm X. But like, I'm not saying like it would have to be Denzel, but if you were to go that route, which I would be open to, you'd have to get two big names for that. Um, that would be a bold move, even for Marvel Disney, who likes to go woke in this day and age. Okay. That would be a very bold move for them to do that. And I would be open to it. We'll see what happens. Let me know if you want McAvoy and Fassbender back, or do you want to leave that in that era and want to see something new, something fresh, something bold? Let me know your thoughts down below. And again, if they do go that route, it doesn't take away from the McKellen, Stewart, Fassbender, McAvoy. Those two, you had two versions of just greatness as far as those characters go. But let